Oh no, I keep saying inappropriate things for the video.
That's fine. It's mostly going to school kids and children.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing.
Tom loves school kids and children.
Yeah.
No, not again.
From the age of 13 till now, were you the same size?
Nah, I've grown a little bit. It's the banter zone, right? It's the banter zone.
What's going on, everybody? Simon here, Canada Footy News. Another episode of the Banter Zone with my boy.
What's happening to Terry?
A little bit's gone on.
A lot of stuff's going on.
It's been kind of crazy, actually. It's been busy. Lots to talk about. We could talk internationally, talk about locally, talk about the trials in Halifax. I mean, we got some good stuff to talk about.
We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Canadian side, international side, as you said. I can't wait. There's one really big topic I want to talk about, but we'll bring that up later.
Yeah, and Dylan hits us with a curveball
on
Dylan. This question. But we'll get into that a little later in the show. You got to watch the Bundesliga report to see what his question was. But a good trivia.
Definitely was.
I have no idea the answer, to be honest, and we haven't watched the actual video with the correct response, so we don't know.
I wanted to, but that's...
I know I wanted to too, but it's cheating. So we'll just do this the right way. And we'll get right into it. We'll kick back to Champions League last week on Tuesday.
Let's go through this. Talk about my man.
What is... Ronaldo.
Oh, it was hilarious. You guys don't know it's not funny. Ronaldo got a red card for grabbing Buddy's head.
He's like what you do when you do to your kids. You get mad. You're like, I wish I could do more, but I can't do nothing.
Yeah, call social services.
You're lucky. You can't do nothing. But it was
awesome. It was like a bowling ball grab almost.
Was it a red card though?
No. It would have been a yellow card for sure.
Yeah.
The warning I don't agree with, but a yellow card, yes, all day. Red card, come on.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. We've seen worse for red cards.
God, yeah, like way worse too. We've seen way worse stuff for red cards.
Oh, I love it.
I guess let's keep going on with Champions League. PSG Liverpool played.
Yep.
PSG won. PSG lost.
Lost to Liverpool.
3-2. Bobby Firmino with the late goal in injury time.
I couldn't believe that.
No.
I did not. When it happened, I was like, Liverpool pulled it off?
I was pretty surprised. I didn't think so. But that shows Liverpool's got the stones to do it now.
Yeah, after last year.
Yeah, Milner scored, of course, another penalty. That seems like the only thing that Milner does. And this one was a bit of a shocker. City.
Oh, thank God.
And Lyon. Olympic Lyon. At the Etihad, beat Manchester City, so they're human. United, they're starting to show a human side. I don't. Maybe
in a sense, because when we get to the next game they played,
I know. I'm just trying to be.
But yes,
yeah,
they did show the ugly side, and that's the side I want to consistently see. But it doesn't happen all the time.
No, because it skip from Tuesday or Wednesday to Saturday, and it right back to where they were before. Sure. But we'll stay on a high note because we have another bad point to hit when it comes to this.
Yeah.
United beat the Young Boys 3-0.
That was great.
It was expected.
Yeah. I was expecting a lot more goals to be put up.
Yeah, so did I actually. To be honest, I expected a little bit more.
There were some points in that game where I was like, you know what, we might actually just fall.
Yeah, Sanchez is again looked okay, but not the greatest.
Same with Pogs. Pogs, don't get me wrong, he did put one in, but at the same time,
the people are praising Pogba since he's been on the uphill climb since World Cup, but chill out. It was the Young Boys. This is a team we should have smashed, and we beat them comfortably. Don't get me wrong,
but still,
they had their chances too, and they missed a lot of chances. It could have been a squirrely game. Do we get right in? Yeah,
just get back into it. EPL, it just kind of comes right back up.
Yeah, go right out of it.
Well, of course, coming off the high for Man U here, we end up drawing against the Wolves.
But again, City tied Wolves, same score, but we've dropped a lot of points, and this is the game that we shouldn't have dropped at home too.
Yeah, bye Mourinho.
I know. Just about had enough of the Mourinho show.
Leave.
Yeah, see something a little bit more exciting. This is not the club. It's just we're just not used to seeing this type of football or this thing as United supporters. We've always been successful, and we're not seeing it right now, and it's brutal. Something's got to give. The players aren't performing the way they should. We got some world class players, or you'd think that Pogba, Sanchez, Martial,
They are
Rashford,
world-class
Jesse Lingard.
players,
These
but-
guys are all world-class players.
But Mourinho doesn't. He lets the boys play loose. He lets them go do what they feel. You think that it's recess. Like, I almost swore there, but come on, man. Get your shit in order. Anyways, let's move on that.
Arsenal and Everton. Arsenal, slowly, I mean, they're rolling. They're doing their thing.
It's Arsenal. Typical Arsenal. They stay in the middle of the pack.
Yeah. and
Consistently.
Everton's kind of having a rough go right now.
I haven't seen it like
good.
this in years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Lacazette and Aubameyang with the goals. Nothing crazy. Just a good game from them. And then we go over to Liverpool game on Saturday.
Hold on. Did we just miss the City game?
I just didn't really want to talk about it.
I didn't want it either, but, we did make a point that we did see the human side of them, and then now we've seen them come back out and smash again.
So City walked
Beat
through.
Cardiff. Oh, yeah, it's Cardiff, but come on.
They walked through them. On a Canadian note,
Yes.
I mean, Junior Hollett plays for Cardiff. Didn't look good. He got subbed out in the 75th minute.
But not bad. He made 75 minutes on the field. Come on.
Yeah.
Give the guy that.
But I mean, you got Mahrez, and there was that one picture they took, and Mahrez, as he was going through, they call him what was it? The Egyptian, it was a reference to a German player. I can't remember which one it was now. But anyways, and there's like 7 players watching him in the middle, and he still managed to score. Mahrez is sick, and he always has been, I
Yeah,
think.
he's always been
It
good.
just sucks that he went to City instead of somewhere better.
Everyone's
But
going to see.
chasing trophies, that's what they're going to do.
Losers.
But yeah, it's-
Anyways,
Junior Hollett played.
he did.
Little Canadian content in there, in the mix. But one thing I'll say is this round, seeing Canadian players in the Champions League, in the Europa League, it's actually nice. Like next year, we're going to see Davies. He's going to be in
Yes,
there.
that's right.
He's going to be playing in Champions League. And then we got Hollett. And then whoever else steps in there, right?
There's going to be a lot of Canadian players coming through the programs now. We're going to
Yeah, I'm
see.
starting to see them. On Saturday, Liverpool beat their feeder team, a.k.a. Southampton, 3-0.
Salah. Yeah, he had a goal, didn't he?
Yeah, of course. Southampton opened up the scoring by scoring on themselves.
That's right.
So they helped out the
Own
big
goal.
brother, helping out Big Brother as much as he can.
Yep.
But Matip and Salah scored. Nothing crazy. Liverpool won again. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo.
Move on.
Yeah. We'll get into a little bit of the... there's a bit of Canadian content now with...
Before we go into that, come on, let's just... I know at the beginning of the show I want to talk about this, and I'm going to bring it up now.
Okay.
How funny is it to see people get hit in the family jewels?
You know what? It is...
It sucks to happen to you.
Yeah. And even like you can't help when it's like a really bad one, you kind of cringe as you're laughing though, but you're still laughing. But you cringe, and it is cringeworthy.
I bring this up because...
It was Liverpool, West Ham.
yes, Liverpool-West Ham game.
I can't remember when the game was, but we were watching
It happened
together.
last week. It was hilarious.
Shaqiri takes a shot from the free kick, and the one guy, it was Jack Wilshere, played for Arsenal, takes it square in the nuts, and the ball bounces out. And the other guy goes to slide in, and he slides in, legs open, just right for the pick, and then gets smashed. Play ends, you see 2 players laid out holding
Oh
their
man,
nuts.
there's nothing better than that. You watch movies and stuff, you're like, yes,
Yeah.
crotch shots.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing in
It's
the world.
awesome. That was a good one, though. That was a good one.
If you haven't seen it, look for it. If not, we'll find something for you.
Maybe we'll put it on.
I love nut shots.
Uh,
Not pictures, just okay. Anyways,
moving on.
Europa League.
Rangers, Scotland, a Canadian boy who was originally Scottish. Scotland-born.
Scotland-born boy. His father was from
Toronto.
That's right.
Played Huddersfield, played for Burnley for quite a bit. Now playing with Rangers. Scores a goal in versus Villarreal in Europa League.
Which is awesome.
Nice salute afterwards too. We salute you.
Yeah, I guess we do.
I guess. Way to be enthusiastic about that one, Harry.
No, great. It was great to see another Canadian boy out there in the spotlight.
Stevie G's team, like he's doing well as a manager over there for Rangers so
He is.
far, doing good.
But come on, the Scottish League, there's only 2 good teams: Celtics, Rangers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then they go into was it Sunday or Saturday's game this weekend. They played St. Johnstone
Yeah,
and 5-1, and Scott Arfield again scored the 3rd goal. So
which is awesome.
Great to see. Another UEL game from last week.
Oh yes.
Kyle Laren starts for Besiktas. Assists on the 2nd goal. Atiba Hutchin was left off of the score sheet. My understanding was he was still coming off of an injury. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they wanted him to be available for the derby versus Fenerbahce.
Yeah, come on. That's a must.
That's a crazy, like the rivalries there with even you throw in Galatasaray in the mix and then Besiktas and Fenerbahce and they're nuts, just crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are derbies that like a little bit too much for the Canadian. Like we're a little too civilized. I'm not saying that they're uncivilized, but
I was like, where are you going with this?
I know. I just stopped talking. But those are way too crazy.
Yeah.
There's too much going on in those flares
there's
and
a lot.
people throwing stuff at
You know,
players
like
and stuff.
most of the games, some of the games will be like, some of the games will not start. There will be points in times where they'll be like, hey, there's too many flares going on. Can't see the field. Keeper standing back there, and he's like, I can't even see outside my box.
Yeah, and then what happens in Canadians when the hooligans, the Toronto FC ones are an example, and you see it, and I was watching the replay to see how it happened, because it looked like a guy tripped, and with the flare, and it was all cool, and nobody was saying anything, and they had the flares lit, and one buddy like tripped over the flare and knocked it into the flag, and then the flag caught on fire, and then I was just like, oh my god, what do we do? The 12 hooligans from TFC. We're in a mad panic trying to get out of there, and then they ended up getting banned from TFC games.
Well, of course, you burn a flag.
It was an accident, though. He guy tripped. It's Canadians, man. We don't burn stuff.
Yeah, that's true. We just need to apologize.
I know. They should have apologized. Can they just apologize to the league and then come back?
They should. It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
But then the derby was today,
Yes.
Monday, and Hutchinson played, and also Laren did play as well. 1-1 draw to Fenerbahce. To be honest, I didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch it either. That's why I'm kind of quiet sitting here.
Yeah, no, just
That's gonna follow up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
But Hutch, played 90, and Laren played 70 minutes. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't get the job done to win it. Now we'll head over.
What about Dylan?
Oh yeah, by the way,
Let's talk about Dylan. First of all, it's his birthday. Happy birthday,
happy
Dylan.
birthday, Dylan Dodge.
I can't wait till this boy starts shaving. Like he's so
almost
young.
there. He's almost there.
But yeah, he's our Bundesliga correspondent, so it's great.
Have a watch.
Hey there, if you forgot who I am, my name is Dylan Dodge, and because I run this segment, I'm going to not jump right into the Bundesliga, but instead focus on the European competitions. They did quite well, all of the German sides in the Europa League and the Champions League. In match day 1 of the Champions League, Schalke actually didn't lose for once, and they drew against Porto. Bayern München defeated Benfica, and Borussia Dortmund edged by Club Brugge. The other surprise, I believe, was that Shakhtar Donetsk tied 2-2 with TSG Hoffenheim. If you break it down by nation and look at this chart I created, despite the fact that the Germans had a pretty good day at the office, it was actually the Spanish who earned more points than any other nation in match day 1 of the Champions League with 9 points. Behind Germany, who had 8 points, was Italy with 7, England with 6, France with 3, Netherlands with 3, and Turkey with 3. The rest of the teams had just a single point or were pointless. In the Battle of the Bulls in the Europa League, it was RB Leipzig coming up short against RB Salzburg 3-2, and Eintracht Frankfurt defeated Olympique Marseille 2-1 despite playing with only 10 men for a third of the game. Back to match day 4 of the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen finally won something! They defeated Mainz 1-0 with the lone goal coming from Kai Havertz. The same could not be said, though, of Schalke, who fell 2-0 to Bayern München and remained on the bottom of the table with 0 points. Red Hot Wolfsburg lost 3-1 to Freiburg, and Hertha Berlin ended Borussia Mönchengladbach's 4-game unbeaten streak. Hertha's Andre Duda scored again and now finds himself top of the Bundesliga goal-scoring table with 4 goals in as many games. And finally, controversy at Rhein-Neckar Arena as Borussia Dortmund's Abdou Diallo received a red card for this play. All of my Dortmund biases aside, I believe this is a little bit harsh. Consider the following. Kramaric didn't have possession and had no chance of getting to the ball. It's clean until the header back to Berkey, after which Diallo holds him back. If anything, a yellow would be appropriate. But even with 10 men and down 1-0 late in the game, Dortmund found a way and equalized 1-1 thanks to Christian Pulisic. Now before we end this segment, I want to pose a little trivia question to you the viewer and to you Simon and Harry. Which of the following is true? A. Dortmund fan favorite Shinji Kagawa was handed one of the biggest driving fines in the history of Germany in March 2014. B. The current captain of Die Mannschaft and Bayern München, Manuel Neuer, voiced a character in the German version of Pixar's Monsters University. C. Hertha Berlin's loan signing from Liverpool, Marco Grujic, speaks 5 languages and has a degree in politics. Or D. TSG Hoffenheim manager Julian Nagelsmann once yelled at Jurgen Klopp, "What sort of nutter are you? Kiss my arse! Do you think you invented football?" Before we throw this back to Simon and Harry, leave your guess in the comments below. Which is it? A, B, C, or D? We'll reveal the correct answer at the end of the episode. And Simon and Harry, I challenge you. Which is the right answer? Back to you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Dylan.
That was awesome.
Kind of stumped
I'm really
with that
stumped.
question.
But I'm going to go with the easy answer for Harry. I'm going with D. Reason why? There's a wee bit of swearing in there.
I'm going to take Flame scored.
Sorry. My apologies. Lots of sports on the go.
Flame scored. That's all that matters. I'm going to go with A because I think maybe he threw that one at us with the United Shinji Kagawa Dortmund connection.
In a sense.
And Shinji, I could see him. You see, there's an account on Twitter. It's called Angry Kagawa, and it's Shinji Kagawa. He does this cuss everybody out, and it's like it's a little bit derogatory, but it's hilarious.
It's small man syndrome, but
Oh yeah, but it's like somebody made this mock account of Angry Kagawa, and it's hilarious. You gotta check it out. But yeah.
You're going with A?
I'll go with A.
I'm
Harry's
going
going to
with
go with D. We'll reveal it at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. Now we will go into...
Let's go into some Canadian stuff going on. Halifax just had their tryouts.
Yeah, the Got Game trials for Canada, for the Canadian Premier League kicked off and launched out in Halifax was the first place. All the coaches made their way out there. Saw a bit of banter happening between...
Some of the coaches.
Rob Gale from Valor FC, and then Paulus from Edmonton, and then Tommy Wielden from Calgary.
That was awesome.
There's some pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
So we had to make a little bit of a meme about the
awesome.
Three Stooges because they're going at each other. But
Halifax did well. What was there? 7 players that stood out?
So and that's why I was kind of I was initially kind of worried about the trials. Like, what are they trying to draw out of the trials? Are they going to build the teams out of this trial? But no, it seems like they're looking for those above and beyond. So they set out the list of the top 5 trialists or whatever. Some of the information I've tried to dig up a little bit of information on the individual players on the top 5 of them.
But there's not a lot on some of them.
No, some of them and one of them there's nothing. I don't even know much about any of them.
Good child. Stay off social media.
Yeah, keep it that way. He's a good farm boy from out east somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. So
Look at us. Look what happened to us. Jeez.
yeah, I know.
But there was 5 released, right?
And these are like the ones that finished top of the kind of the based on all the stats that they took with the company that does the
performance reviews, more or less.
But it was Sam Karklands, 29-year-old Dalhousie alumni, plays for Woodcocks FC.
I like that name.
Of course, I knew he was going to say something like that. But that's really all we know about him. He's played a little bit out east over there, and he looks like he's a hometown boy.
Ethan Canal? Is that how you
Canal. Did they score again?
Dude, I gotta turn this off.
The Flames scored again.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We know the Flames scored. It's 2 in the span of 2 minutes. That's awesome.
But this is Ethan Canal. No information. This is the guy we were talking about.
Yeah, nothing. He's hiding. Maybe he's that dark horse.
I can't wait now.
Jamal Baru if I said that right. I believe this is the right guy, just trying to dig up information on the players. It's hard, but...
You said this guy's from Morocco?
Yeah, I believe so. 31 years old, plays in his hometown. Looks like a quality player. He's had quite a few years under his belt as a professional, so could be that type of player that could come in and bring some experience.
And that's the biggest thing, especially with building your team, is bringing that extra experience in, helping even coach the younger guys.
Exactly. And it's the kind of guys you want to bring into the mix. Like, you look at it, and it's not that we can say official or unofficial, but you would kind of guess at this point, like a guy like Nick Ledgerwood, 33 years old. You bring him in as, not to say he's a veteran, because he's still got, I'd say Nick's probably got 5 years left in him.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 solid years in him before he can kind of, you know what, maybe it's time to start thinking about what my next step is. 5 good years in him, but comes in veteran presence, played in Germany, played all over the place, knows the game in and out, knows how to motivate guys. Like, there was
a shit talker.
Yeah, perfect. Those are the guys you need on the bench. Like, you watch, there was the interview that Nick did with the CPL, and he's talking about the first place he went out to eat, and the first person he talked to was Owen Hargraves.
That's right.
And he brought him in and was like, let's go to eat and have dinner. And he's like, that guy was a huge kind of an influence and support system that he had to start off with. Everybody needs that.
It's Hargraves. So what, you took me out for dinner? Yeah, I'll take your bath water as well. For sure.
That's a little extreme. Looks like Kirill Dimitrov, 37-year-old. He's a GM of Scarborough SC.
I know. I was looking at that. I was like,
is that true? Like, is that the actual guy? Because that's the only information we could find on the guy. But a Bulgarian.
If not, we apologize.
Yeah, we may be wrong. Maybe hopefully he's a younger guy. Maybe it's his son.
Hopefully he's a younger guy.
No, but you never know. We're getting quality. I know he just like battered this guy. I don't even know who he is.
Like, we're young people too.
Yeah. But remember, we were reading. There's a guy who's older. He's 42 years old. Trying
42, 41. Yeah. So
I guess
you're a bit younger.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know how to save that one.
Yeah, I know we can't. Sorry, bro. My bad. Adel Rahman, 23-year-old, plays for, I don't know if he's currently, like, there's some mixed information out there, digging it up. But looks like he's playing for Pro Stars FC in the League One Ontario. Was playing for Slovakian side, had to leave to go play KFC. Kamarno, with his brother Navid, who went there. And it looked like both of the brothers were on the list for trials as well.
My stomach just grumbled.
Because I said KFC. And then it looks like more recently he did play a little bit in the Dutch third division for Achilles 29.
And if the information is correct, that's awesome. You're influenced from
these different leagues, and that's different quality, right? I mean, you look at the caliber of what, like guys are saying, like what Tommy was saying and Rob Gill was saying, is there's these guys that are university level, and these guys are here because they're used to playing at, they played tier 1 level, they played university level. What do they have to compete at that next level? Most of these guys haven't, right?
That's true.
You're stepping into uncharted territory. All you can do is push yourself harder. A little different than when you got guys that have played on that international stage or in other countries at top level. When a guy like him steps in and takes a shot on net, and you're like, holy shit, that's where I got to be at?
Yeah.
Well, now everybody's game goes straight up, right?
Which is awesome.
So good to see some of those names and a couple guys.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to see everybody out there. I'm glad to see people actually taking advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not pulling the Ottawa card and disappearing because they suck. Well, whatever. But no, good on them. I'm happy to see that.
The next trial looks like it's going to be Montreal on the 27th to 28th, and then like right after, first and second in Hamilton. So like no rest for the wicked.
No.
It'll be great to see what comes out of Montreal and out of Hamilton, what kind of names we're going to see, some of the stats. Like you look at some of the stats, the broad jumps. The guys in the upper echelon are competing with they're just above, I would say. So the top CPL guys in a broad jump is just above the average of an NFL player doing the same thing.
Jeez.
So that's a good standard, but this is like peak compared to the standard in a pro league, right? So that's now where you see where that level, that bottom line is, will start to raise in quick. Now.
Correct.
Because we're just gonna, it's inevitable. The quality is gonna be there. Everything's just gonna be way.
It's
better.
crazy though, because even you look at the age of some of these guys, like even talking about like 37, 40, 41. You think about it, a lot of soccer players out there playing an actual full game on an actual pitch. You're running about 9 kilometers the whole game, 90 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna take 10 steps and I give up, but.
Yeah,
but
the reason why I like playing striker because
yeah.
I do like a third of that.
But kudos to these guys, the older guys that did get out there, because that's a lot, a lot of field to cover.
Oh yeah. I mean, you see guys that it's all about being fit and still having that presence of mind and being a quality player.
Yeah.
Guys like Iniesta, like he's doing. I mean, it's Iniesta to compare, but Iniesta playing in Japan and tearing it up and assists and goals and still looks like a stud. Looks like he's in his 20s.
And he's taller than most of the people out there this time.
It's like the only place where you can go in the world and actually be taller than people. But yeah, so the trials move on. Montreal, like we said, 27th, 28th. Hamilton, 1st and 2nd. Toronto on the 11th, 12th. Winnipeg, 18th, 19th. And then Calgary here on the 25th, 26th. And then Vancouver Island, 5th and 6th. So, like, just coming quick.
There's a lot going on. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of travel time for all these coaches, too, going out there.
Oh, that's a big... And, like, guys, Tommy went there, came back... And then now he sent a video or a picture that looked like he was at Bologna's stadium. What is Tommy doing on Bologna?
Don't know, but I like bologna sandwiches.
Fried it. I like fried bologna sandwiches. You made this very clear.
Sorry.
This is like right away the relation to food just comes like without even being able to
Keeps
do
me
anything
happy.
about it. Press conference this week happened at
Correct, you were out there.
Foothills, yeah.
I did not make it.
He had to work his real job. I had the day off, luckily, so it worked out perfect. They announced Martin Ash as the assistant coach.
Awesome.
And Jordan Santiago, who's the coach at MRU, coached at West Ham in the academy. He's a Calgary boy, grew up in the Blizzard system under Tommy Sr. So Jordan steps in as goalkeeper coach, Martin Nash. Martin Nash is the brother of Steve Nash.
That's right, you were telling me about that. You did tell me you talked to him for a little bit?
I was talking to Martin about Steve and him coming to Calgary, so
Let's see if we can do something there.
would be amazing if he comes to Calgary and maybe we can sneak in and do something. But there might be a little bit of competitiveness between the two brothers.
That's true.
You'd think a little bit of competitiveness between those two, being that they played at the level they did. So, yeah. Really, what else do we have other than that? Obviously, the Cavalry prospects, FC Edmonton prospects, this weekend on Saturday.
El Classico?
El Classico.
El Classico.
3 degrees, perfect Alberta setting.
It's going to be a chilly one.
It's going to be cold.
Just bring as many clothing pieces as you can.
Blankets,
You can take them off.
jackets,
Hoodies, garbage
boots.
bags, you know.
whatever you got just to stay dry. Like, get it
Dry,
on.
warm.
We will
let's
be
do
there. Cameras, freezing our butts off too. But you haven't got your tickets. It's funny, I was watching on the Facebook feed, people are complaining about the price of the tickets and that it's too expensive for a Prospects game and blah, 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 and blah. Look, it's going to be cold, yes. But you're Canadian, for one.
Number
So
two,
stop
it's
your
not
bitching.
even in the negative yet. Like,
Yeah, it's
come on.
plus. Stop your whining. And we could go on. England, they play in this crap all the time and nobody's complaining or whining. Yeah, they have coverage, but not on all the seats. And then the wind blows and you still get rain in your face when you're watching the games.
Of course you
So
do.
shut up. Deal with it. That's just the way it is.
Extremely blunt.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta be. Like, we should find anything to whine about on social media, though.
That's true.
Right? Well, it's going to be cold and there's not going to be roofs. Yeah, well, it's a Prospects game. It is.
Something
Do you going to support them?
sensitive. Get
Are you
out
going to
there.
support them? Then support them. Just get out. Support them. Stop your whining. Buy your tickets. Go stand in the cold. Grab a tea. Grab a coffee.
Come hang out. Come
Tim
see
Hortons
us.
should do something about this.
They should.
But support. Get out there. Come and chat with us. Come and find us. We want to know what you guys think of the new league. Just don't whine about the tickets or the cold weather, because I'm just going to hit you in the head with a microphone and walk away. That's what we're going to do. You whine about the cold. Walk away. Next. But on that note,
I think we should almost sign off here. But don't forget, watch the end of this video. You'll get the actual answer of what Dylan's question was. Besides that, I guess happy birthday, Dylan. One more time.
yes, happy birthday. Thanks again for the Bundesliga report. And we'll sign off for now, but we'll see you guys this weekend at El Classico. We'll be doing some social media, so we'll see you then, and thanks for watching.
Bye, Terry.
If you said A, you're incorrect. It was B. Manuel Neuer voiced Frank McKay in Monsters University, at least in the German rendition. He inspired Mike Wazowski to go to Monsters University to begin with.
Carrot to swing on down, and stop. You know what I'm saying? So he could get on. Now this is what we doing. We playing the role of that sweet chariot, and we swinging down to pick you up.